man who saved me, and who got me involved in this unbelievable escape, had more facets to his personality than I could ever have imagined. Roy's strength and courage are easy to see, and though he tries to hide it, he can be friendly and compassionate. He's a rare breed. Without him, I would doubtless be dead. Or worse. It's when I learned he was a technomancer that he started making sense to me. His knowledge about relics, his attitude, he's different from anyone I'd ever met before. His mastery of technomancy, it sets him apart. The last pieces started coming together when I discovered he was a fugitive. That he had fled the source to escape the gilded cage of the technomancers. He risked it all to be free. If his need for freedom pushed him to escape the technomancers, a POW camp in the middle of the desert would never suit him. The journey is long. We have to avoid being recaptured by Abundance and get back behind our own lines. Aurora seems to have won the war, and both sides are demobilizing troops. We've abandoned the train, moving from one shadow line to the next, staying away from marauders. I had more than enough time to question him about his past, and what went on at the camp. What he thought of Sean and his apprentice, for example. He doesn't always answer. To be honest, he rarely does at all, but I know him a whole lot better all the same. At least I like to think so. I'm proud to know him. I hope a little of his strength rubs off on me.
You sure your parents are gonna be okay with someone like me coming around? Even if I am bringing the prodigal son back.
You'll be welcome. My parents are in the militia. I can't wait to tell them all you did for me.
Many things seem to have changed while we were away, and that includes the militia's popularity. We'll see. You were lucky enough to snag some clothes your size. That'll be more discreet than those prison uniforms, and I have the feeling this will prove useful around here.
Hey you! Papers!
I know this is gonna sound like science fiction to you, but I managed to escape from Abundance's prison camps.
Those bastards. They make me sick. They sure gave us hell on the battlefield. But we still took Green Hope. And where were you? Which camp? Do you happen to know Prowess Martin? Those pigs got him too. He was captured during the fights on the 12th Highway.
Prowess? Sound familiar? Yeah. I think he was kept in one of the nearby barracks.
You actually saw him before you left? How is he? I mean, he's my sister's fiance, so, you know.
I left the camp several days ago now. The trip was a long one, but at the time he was fine.
I'm glad to hear that. My sister had no news, you know? Those Abundance bastards never let the mail through. Well, of course, you know all that already. All right, let's just say I'll let you off this once. Go. But make sure you get some legit ID.
Yes?
I have a few questions to ask you, if it's okay. You know Shadow Lair well?
Well, especially my neighborhood. I never went outside it too much, especially downtown, apart from a few ceremonies.
You could have been more resourceful if you got out a little more.
Yeah, probably.
Good to be back?
Absolutely. Without you, I'd still be in the camp. Or rather... Anyway, I don't really like thinking where I'd be, in fact.
Don't worry about it. Even if things are really tense here too, at least you're back home. Come on, let's go.
My parents have a store in the neighborhood. They're going to flip out when they see us. Yes?
Come on, let's go.
Wow. Can't believe that place is still there. A little further. The store's on the left.
Innocence, I'm sorry. I don't know. Pretty obvious we're not safe here, especially if they're watching the house. Come on.
Roy, my parents are dead, aren't they?
Look, they're probably dead. Yeah, and I understand you want to know more about it, but I'm pretty sure they won't want you to go risking your life over it. We gotta go.
Yeah, you're right, Roy.
You there! You're under arrest! Stop right there!
Are you Tenacity? The bounty hunter?
That's me.
I have a contract for you. A man we want to find.
And consider it done. What's his name?
His name's Temperance, but he calls himself Roy. He refuses to join us. He's a renegade. You must be careful, it's said that he's armed.
Armed? You think I usually go after Boy Scouts? Anyway, I know this Roy. I didn't know he was a renegade. We even worked together back in the day. Tough guy. It's gonna cost you.
Name your price. We can't let this man walk free. And if he dies, we'll only be grateful.
Alright, I'll be back with his body in a bit. Now get out of here. Your stench is pissing my dog off.
Yes?
I have a few questions to ask you, if it's okay. You said your parents were in the militia?
Yes. My father got wounded in combat a long time ago, but he didn't want to stop fighting. So when the militia started, he and my mother joined up.
A noble intention, except I get the impression the militia isn't around much in these parts. Maybe they all retired when they announced the war was over.
That'd be strange. The militia's still useful. Anyway, you can always ask them.
Come on, let's go.
Yes?
I have a few questions to ask you, if it's okay. You holding up?
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm out of it. And sometimes I'm full of anger. But I'll be fine.
If you ever need a hand, you can count on me.
Thank you, really. It's hard, but thanks to you, I think I'll be fine. And at least I have a goal now. Something I can work towards.
To get their house destroyed like this, my guess is your parents weren't just anybody in the militia.
I honestly didn't care about that stuff at all before I went to war. But it's true, a lot of people used to drop by to see them. Asking for advice, all that kind of stuff. Man, do I regret not paying more attention. And not telling them to drop it all.
No point in thinking about the past now. Come on, let's go. I don't think they could follow us. You all right?
Not too well. I need to understand what happened. Somebody's got to know something.
I'm really sorry, kid. I know what you're going through and why you need answers, but my priority is for us to survive, too. We gotta find a place to hide out. I had somewhere not far from here back in the day, so let's go see if it's still there.
Okay, you're probably right. Roy, I've never felt this way. I'm so fucking angry, yet I can't even cry.
I understand, I promise. We'll go find Charity after. If anyone knows anything about a rebel or resistance movement, it's her.
Thanks. Really, thank you. You seem to be making a habit of saving my life.
Forget it. Come on, let's go.
great stuff to trade or sell. You got cereal?
A little. I got a few questions. Any trouble selling under the table? The authorities aren't making too many problems for you, are they?
If they got me, they'd really get me. Things have changed since the end of the war. It's gotten real difficult. But seeing how I don't know how to do anything else, and of course, it jacked up the prices. Hi, wanna see my merchandise?
I got a few questions. You heard anything about the Resistance?
Yeah, of course, but they keep pretty much to themselves. To be honest, I don't know if I should kiss those guys or kick them. They do a hell of a lot of damage. They're even called terrorists most of the time. And sometimes it's true that with the government we got now, it makes you feel like cheering them on.
We should be okay now, but we're gonna need information, and I figure we're gonna need charity for that.
Yes?
I have a few questions to ask you, if it's okay. You seem to be only thinking about the Resistance. Why?
It's true. I hope they'll help me understand. To get over my parents too. And I can't just stand back. I have to do something or I'll go crazy.
I understand. Come on, let's go.